BXB. It's in the game!
Hey guys, it's me Ben, back again with another one of my off-the-cuff reviews. And this time I'm looking at Kholat on Xbox One. And as some of you may remember, I've looked at Kholat before. Easy for you to say. Some time ago, actually. It was in March, I believe, of last year on PS4. It's taken that long for Kholat to finally appear on the Xbox One. So this isn't really so much a full review of the game, because you can go back and look at the PS4 version review, which I did all that time ago. It might use a different scoring system, it might be rough around the edges, because it was much earlier in BXB Games' lifetime and one of the first games I ever reviewed on PS4. However, you can still get a very good impression of the game, and I'm going to talk about the game a little bit, but really what this has offered me the chance to do is, first of all, to compare and contrast the two versions, which I haven't actually ever done before, and to secondly, wax lyrical about a mystery, a real mystery I absolutely adore. I find it just enduring, I find it compelling and fascinating. I've read books about it, I've watched documentaries about it, I've discussed it with multiple other people, I've got other people interested in it, and that is the Dyatlov Pass incident, which is what Kholat is based on. A true incident, as you're seeing here, it's actually retold in the intro sequence of the game, a true incident of a group of Russian hikers who went missing in the early 1950s in the Ural Mountains, up the side of Kholat Secure, I believe it was called, basically the Mountain of the Dead. If I get any of these facts wrong, I apologise. I am doing it from memory, but I believe I'm pretty much straight on at the moment. Now, these hikers went missing on this mountain, and then finally their tent was found, in which they had ripped their way out from within, and then their bodies, mutilated and desiccated, were found on the side of the mountain in various states of undress. There's lots of weird things about this. We don't know why they did it. And Kholat here poses its own set of answers, its own set of propositions and ideas about the events that may have happened to the hikers. It then sets the game in a more modern setting in which you are going seemingly to investigate what happened. I don't want to spoil too much. There's some twists. There's some really good narration throughout the game, actually, which will come in forms of like this intro movie, or come in forms of some sort of third party, which is voiced by Sean Bean, and it also comes in forms of diary entries and documents that you find around the environment. Kholat is first person. It's a bit of a walking sim, but it's also a bit of a survival horror game. It's it's actually very oppressive. It's a beautiful setting, which offers some really lovely vistas up the side of the mountains throughout the game, and obviously things get somewhat weird and creepier and stranger as the game progresses, and yeah, it's going to scare the pants off of you. But I want to talk about the Xbox One version here a little bit. For the most part, it's fine. It's great. It's the game I really enjoyed on PS4, but it does have some seemingly technical problems. I immediately started playing it and noticed these and thought, am I just, mistaken here? But I went back and I reinstalled the PS4 version on my PlayStation and had a little look. The PS4 port is better. It's higher resolution. It doesn't have as many frame rate problems. It doesn't have like the texture pop-in problems that I noticed in the Xbox One version as well. The sound balance seems to be a little bit better. I don't know. One thing I did notice is that the PS4 version used a third-party port studio, which the Xbox One version doesn't seem to have used. So it may be the original developers here of Kholat have ported this to the Xbox Ones themselves. Maybe they had every intention for that original port studio to do it. Maybe that's why we've seen such a long delay between these two console versions. And it is a shame that the console version on Xbox One isn't as strong as the version on the PS4. Obviously, the most impressive version will be that on PC, because it's an Unreal Engine 4 game, and it's going to look brilliant on high settings or ultra settings on PC. But don't get me wrong, it's no slouch. You're still going to find the experience unsettling and scary. You're still going to find it compelling, and if you're anything like me, because of the incident it's based on, you're going to really enjoy the twists and the turns. And like I said, it's the developer's interpretation of some of the events. They've extrapolated their fictional take on certain things, and that's not a bad thing. It might not be necessarily what you agree with. It's certainly not what I agree with may have happened, and I've got my own theories. But what I highly recommend you do is you go online and you look up the Dyatlov Pass incident, and you read into it, and you look up some of the amazing documentaries about it, read some of the fantastic books about it. If you're interested in modern mysteries, there is nothing more compelling than that. I absolutely love it. But because of the technical problems, and the fact that this is a game that's already been out for so long on PS4 and PC before that, I can't really score Kholat any higher than 3 out of 5.
BXB. It's in the game!